A little spiritual practice I recommend is to go to a public place like a cafe or wherever you can sit, or out in the park. And watch humans, people watching. The only difference between ordinary people watching and this kind of people watching is that your practice is not to attach any label or judgment on any human that you watch. You allow them to be as they are, as they walk along or sit, whatever they do, and enjoy the incredible spectacle of the multiplicity of human forms. There is no good or bad or whatever, just allow them to be, and so the mind does not call them anything. You're there as an innocent observer. It's a beautiful thing. It even does something to the energy field where you are, where you're sitting. It's something you bring in a different frequency, but that's a secondary thing. You don't start thinking, I'm here to bring in a different frequency. Just be there as an alert watcher. It's you begin to love other humans, which for some people is a hard thing. It's easy to love a dog. Well, it's easier to love a dog than a human, usually, because the dog there's no mind in the way. Dog doesn't judge you, or the dog has unconditional love, tails wagging. Well, it's easy to love a creature like that, but the humans are different. Who are you? What do you want? What does he want from me? So it's a beautiful practice. And the next step up, of course, is to watch people that you know very well in the same way when they are moving wherever you are, at home or whatever, where there's a lot of past that you share, and then be present even with people with whom you share a lot of past. But your first practice is with strangers, so to speak, with whom you don't share a lot of past. Next step up is you practice with relatives, friends, family. Just spend little moments when you watch them without wanting anything. Do it with your children without saying, you should be doing this, why are you doing that? Just what? You can also say, yes, brush your teeth, it's fine, but watch. Beautiful. So that's incorporating awareness practice into everyday life, and it's so enjoyable. It's such great joy. I've been doing it for many years, people watching. And you love everybody, no matter what they look like, because it's all the human form expressing itself in so many different ways. course, then maybe people, by the way, it's less likely that people will even notice you when you're in that still presence watching. You very rarely actually attract attention to you, which maybe to the ego that's not such a great thing, but, well, some egos are uneasy with attention. It's a reverted thing. Anyway, well, there are two egoic states. One is to want to be seen, and the other egoic state is to be afraid of being seen. Two phases of the ego. The ego may say, okay, I go to a place where people watch other people, and so a long time ago, I lived in Spain. It was in the middle 60s as a teenager, and this has changed now, but at the time, every Saturday evening there was a cafes along the main avenue, one cafe, outdoor cafe after another, and every Saturday evening all the people would dress up in their best clothes and just walk up and down and up and down, and some people would be sitting in the cafes watching the people walking up and down, and then the people who were walking in turn would sit there and watch the others walk up and down. It was the most enjoyable activity for a Saturday night. It has changed now. They don't dress up anymore, but that's an egoic activity, is wanting to be seen. Look at me. And the reverse of that is being scared of being seen. I hope that nobody's looking at me. That's ego too. In conventional terms, we think of ego as somebody who says, look at me, but the other is equally ego, just as strong, the shy one. So it's going beyond both, and just if people are looking, then you're again, if you're not there as a thinking person, you're there as presence. It doesn't matter if they're looking. It doesn't add anything to who you are, or doesn't detract anything from who you are. Even the attention of 100 people doesn't add anything to who you are in truth. To the ego, it could be a great thing. Many egos love attention, except those who fear attention. So, if you are in a position where people are looking at you, again, to be still and present, you go beyond both the timidity of not wanting to be seen or the pride of, oh, they're all looking at me. Ego is narcissus, is the image of who you are in your mind, which gets reinforced by others. It's a phantom.